Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Department of Communication Studies Virtual Affirmation Ceremony host show held by the Spring 2021 Outside Broadcasting class here on NCU FM. I am your host, Alea McDonald. A special welcome to those joining us via social media platforms on Facebook at DCS, on Instagram at DCS_NCU, and on our YouTube page at NCU DCS TV. A big thank you to our sponsor, College Pharmacy. For those who are just joining us, you have missed the annual virtual affirmation ceremony that took place earlier, where the Department of Communication Studies awarded students for their outstanding academic achievements. The affirmation ceremony is just one out of 7 that are held annually during the DCS Week of Excellence. This year's theme is developing skills built on character. Now, we have here with us in studio no other than the chair and an associate professor, Miss Noreen Daly. Hello, good day. How are you doing?
Good day, Alia.
Okay, so Miss Daly, I should say I admire you so much. You have worked so hard. You have inspired me.
I can take the rest of the semester off?
Yes,
anyway,
you can.
Mm-hmm.
I would give it to you. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Miss Daly, how has it been being the chair of the department?
Challenging, yet fulfilling.
Quite said. The department vision statement is to become a department that is first choice as a place for work and for students to pursue a program of study in media and communications. But what are some of the opportunities, activities that are put in place to ensure that students are competent enough to be in the various fields?
Okay. All right, so we started, one of the things that we've noticed over the years is that sometimes some of our students will end up working at NCU Media Group, but that NCU Media Group will not employ all of them or won't have all of them working over here as volunteers. Also our production lab as lab techs. So to ensure that our students get their hands on, not just in terms of the technical area, right. we started what we call a media apprenticeship program. Now, once you start your second year up until your 4th year, once you do that program, you end up with 100 hours of on-the-job training.
Whoa.
It has been a hard sell, and I'm hoping that this is an opportunity for people to recognize that, guess what, this is something that I can do and actually help to make myself more marketable.
Okay,
because
hold
one of the
thought, Ms.
not
Daly.
a problem.
No, viewers and listeners, we have to go to the NCU Media Group on NCU 91 FM. We will be right back. Okay, so Ms. Daly, continue, please.
All right, so we have the media apprenticeship program, and once you would have completed that, it will then give you 100 hours, as I was saying.
Yes.
Now, one of the things that we pride ourselves on as a department is that regardless, Aliyah, of your area, when you leave, because you've been introduced to different areas, you can function in just about any area. So we always try to ensure that in those introductory courses that everybody has to do before you then decide which emphasis, or if you're going to do a general degree, we try to ensure that you get some fundamental principles so that you can then work anywhere. We're always looking for opportunities for our students to hone their skills. One opportunity that came up recently, and some of our students are going to be maximizing that, is that last year when the Olympics was supposed to happen, SportsMax reached out to us and asked us if we had some students that would help with the production. It's happening this year, and they've reached out again. So we're always looking for opportunities to partner with any entity that will give our students, ongoing training.
Okay. Being a part of DCS, I believe everyone is trying to be a burgundy jacket holder. What inspired the burgundy jacket?
So there are a lot of you who, you said earlier, that you admire me. I want you to know that I'm bits and pieces of a lot of people. One woman who has made such an impact on my life is a former chair, Elaine Oxymende Visse.
Oh, I've heard of her.
Listen to me, man. I'm gonna have to get her on the campus one of these days, so some of you to get just a taste
Yes.
of Oxy. Oxy's initiatives are some of the initiatives that I have built on, and one of them, that burgundy jacket holder, that was her.
Okay.
No, it is, she has a way of trying to push people, and one of the things that she'd always want us to do, if you come up with an idea, it becomes your own. And if you're griping, she always want you to think solutions. So burgundy jacket holder, I'm not sure what her thinking was, but I know it was a way to push her students and to also have her own, as you could say, DCS ambassadors. It started in 2011, and here we are 10 years later. And I believe it continues to serve the purpose, because I think a lot of students push it. So even if you don't get to wear that jacket, it still pushes you to want to achieve, not just academically, but otherwise.
Right. Okay. Now, given that time is at hand, Miss Daly, I am afraid that we have to come to an end to close this segment, and I'm looking forward to having another interview with you.
Anytime.
Okay, but just thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and speak to us here, inspire us, and have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Now, we have up next an interview with our sponsor, Collins Pharmacy. Now, Mr. Colley is the CEO of Collins Pharmacy, found in St. Elizabeth. At this time, we invite Mr. Colley. Hello, good afternoon, good evening.
Yes, hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing
so sorry.
quite well. How are you?
I am fine, I'm doing well too.
Okay, Mr. Colley, so please tell us more about your establishment.
Yeah, Collins Pharmacy has been in business for, I would say, a little over 20 years.
Wow.
And we have moved up to 3 times to new locations, and each time that we move, Collins Pharmacy is bigger and better, offering higher quality of service with much more parking and much more space for consumer to shop. Our most recent location, 6 North Street, Black River, has been a blessing from God. I couldn't say it better. It has been a blessing from God. And consumers have been coming in one after the other, thanking the Lord for the wonderful location and the wonderful staff. I must say thank you to the wonderful staff that we have had over the years.
Awesome. Now, please tell me some of the services that Collins Pharmacy offers.
We do delivery services to mainly to the elderly. We have we have some customers that have been with us since inception of the pharmacy, and we have been doing delivery to them from that time until now. We also offer discounts to virtually all our customers. And also, we at the new location, we have installed a drive-through window. It's not operational as yet, but soon it will be operational.
Oh, convenient. Okay.
Especially in this COVID time.
Right. I was just about to ask you about that. Now, given that the pandemic has hit so many businesses, tell me, how have you been balancing, or how have the business been since the pandemic?
I must say, we are forever thankful to the Lord. The pandemic hit. When the pandemic hit, we actually laid our first block in the same week that the pandemic hit. And, we prayed about it, and we asked the Lord for strength and guidance during the time. And he did give us the guidance, and he did give us the blessings to come through the pandemic. So I wouldn't say that the pandemic has caused any great devastation in the daily functioning of the business. It affected us just a little, and with prayer and the guidance of our prayer warriors, we were able to pull through without much damage. It has been a good year, even though the pandemic hit. And we thank the Lord again for his blessings.
Amen, amen. So in closing now, I would like you to tell our listeners and also our viewers how they can contact you.
Well, Collins Pharmacy, our location, we're now at 6 North Street, Black River, and we boast one of the biggest parking lots in Black River. So all those persons who are familiar with the original location and all those persons who have told me over and over, Mr. Carley, I can't make it because there's no parking. We have parking, unlimited parking, and at 6 North Street. And I must say that our phone numbers remain the same. You can get us at 876-634-4210, or we have a cellular number that you can get us on. You can WhatsApp your prescriptions in also at 536-1692.
Okay, thank you so much. And that was Carly's Pharmacy.
Thank you too.
Have a good evening, sir.
And you have a wonderful evening. And congratulations to all the graduates.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Now I want to congratulate all the awardees from today's affirmation ceremony. Now, I'm going to give away a digital phone card. Please get your fingers out and be ready and prepared to collect these numbers. 99383657400172. Today has been such a blessing. We have seen so many students being awarded for their tireless work, and staff and faculty members awarded as well. Now, we will have up next an interview by Okay, so I want to speak personally on the recipient of the top sophomore student, junior student, and she is no other than Brittany Campbell. Now, Brittany Campbell has been my friend since the first year. She has influenced me a lot, and I'm sure that she has also influenced the other students from the department. With the award that she has received today as the top junior student, I am sure that many of us will be inspired to be in that position one day. Now, up next, we will have an interview with no other than Brittany Campbell. Good afternoon, Brittany. How are you?
Fine.
How are you feeling at this time?
Well, to be honest, I'm humbled and blessed to be in this position, and I owe it all to God.
That's right, that's right. How has DCS developed you into the person that you are now?
Well, I must say that DCS has pushed me out of my comfort zone, and even now, being on set is not something that I would normally opt to do, but I am grateful for the opportunity.
Okay, that's right. How would you influence your peers to strive for excellence?
Well, I will just give them 5 advice. Trust the unseen hands of God. Always put him first. And don't mind the naysayers. Work hard, study hard, and ensure that whenever you feel like giving up, always remember why you started this journey.
That's true, that's true. And Brittany, I do recall having few classes with you also. And I should say, I admire you so much. You have worked so hard. You have always been in the middle of everything that you are doing. And you have always been praying. You have always been motivating me and your peers so much. And I just want to express that gratitude that I have towards you and just encourage you to continue with the hard work that you're putting in right now. And I'm sure that it will pay off as it is showing right now, right?
Thank you so much.
No
and
problem.
I'm happy to hear that.
Yes. So thank you so much for being here right now. And I just want you to continue doing the work that you are doing right now.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here.
No problem.
Okay, so now that was Brittany Campbell, the awardee for top junior student at DCS. Now we will have another interview with the Burgundy jacket holder for today, and she is no other than Roxanne. Hello, Roxanne. How are you doing?
Honestly, I feel tired, but outside
I
of
can
that,
only imagine.
yeah, it's been a long day, but I also feel very grateful to be here today.
Yes, I know. My first question is, have you ever thought of being so far in the department or being so influential in the department?
Honestly, I realized that I have a certain level of influence from my very first semester back. But then over the year, I realized more and more because I've had persons actually share that with me and
Right.
lecturers as well. So I try to manage that influence correctly.
Okay, that's great. And also, I would like to ask, give me 5 tips that you would give to an aspiring Burgundy jacket holder or just a DCS student in general.
5. Let me see if I can come up with 5.
Because I'm going to use them, trust me.
I imagine that you would, because you seem like that type of
Yes,
person. The first thing I would say is set a goal. When I decided to come back to school, I told Miss Daly, I told Mrs. Barnaby Cuff.
Yes, because you were working as an engineer before.
Yes, at a point in time. And I also told Mrs. Anderson that I would like to one day be the Burgundy jacket holder. And
Whoa.
yeah,
whoa.
so you have to set a goal. 2, be willing to evaluate yourself and do this on a continuous basis.
That is true, because sometimes we don't do self-evaluation and realize what we lack or realize things that we need to change about ourselves. That is so
Right.
correct. I totally agree.
So when you evaluate yourself, I would say after that, work on your strengths. There's a tendency for us to focus on working on our weaknesses. But the thing is, when you focus on your weakness, you have the tendency to keep on doing that same weakness. So I say
Right.
focus on your strength. And then 4, collaborate with people whose strengths are the areas that you are weak in.
That is right. That is totally correct. You know, someone told me the exact same thing, and I think it was Miss Anderson. She said, find persons who have the strengths that you need and work with them. Don't be afraid to express what you're weak in. Work with them and ask them how they can help you to develop into become a better person, a more rounded person.
Right.
Right.
And finally, there are other things that I could say, but finally, I would say be anchored in a relationship with God. Because even when so many things happened over the past year, it was the relationship that I started having with God. Mind you, I knew of God before, but I never had a relationship with Him.
Right.
So when you're anchored in God, everything that comes, the goal setting, He will lead you in what to do. He will align you with the persons you can collaborate with. When you evaluate yourself and you might feel like beating up on yourself, He's the one who gives you grace to continue.
He is.
And just
Amen.
go forward. So
Thank you.
Those are my 5 tips.
Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule. I can only imagine. And this right here is our Burgundy jacket holder for today's affirmation ceremony. I just want to thank you so much, Roxanne White, for coming here today and sharing a few tips so that students can be aspired to become a Burgundy jacket holder.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you
me.
so much for being here. Now, welcome back, everyone listening on NCU FM and those on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Now, we have up next an influential student that was awarded today, and also the Burgundy jacket male holder and student leader. He is no other than Terrain Wright. Welcome, Terrain.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. Now, firstly, tell me, how are you feeling?
Well, I'm
Being the
feeling,
burgundy jacket holder, oh my gosh.
yes, it's a very, very, very happy experience. You know, I just feel really appreciated to have been recognized to serve as the male burgundy jacket holder. So it's a really good feeling, and to know that you are acknowledged for the work that you would have done over the years.
Right. Okay, what I want to know is, why did you choose media? And better yet, why did you choose PR to emphasize in?
Okay, so media for me, I realize, all right, the thing is, whenever you're looking to pursue a particular
Please
career
hold
path,
that thought. Welcome back, the listeners on NCU FM. I am your host, Alia McDonald, and here with me right now, I have the burgundy jacket male holder, the awardee for most influential male student at DCS, and also he was awarded for student leader. Now, Terrain, as you were saying a while ago, you mentioned that you saw that you had the talent to aspire to become a peer. Tell us more about that.
okay, so I realized that I had some skills that would really work well in the field of media.
Right.
And when it comes down to public relations, you know, I realized that I have very good writing skills. I have very good interpersonal skills, because that is something that you need to have, you know, in PR, because you have to build relationships with different people. So you have to have very good interpersonal skills. So I recognize these things, and I decided that, you know, the best area for me to grow and develop would be public relations.
Okay. Now, my question is, what are some activities do you think that aspiring PR students should involve in, like myself, that we can become a better PR, you know, a better PR practitioner in the future? What are some activities that we should engage in from now at university level that we might become the next best PR?
All right, so you can look to serve in a club here at NCU in the capacity as public relations, because it sort of gives you room to really practice what you would have learned
and
in
open
class.
up and
Yes, so you can explore that. You can also explore opportunities that would give you the chance to do some form of public speaking, right?
Okay.
That is something you can pay attention to as well. And any activity that would require you to write is also of benefit, because you're going to be doing a lot of writing in PR. So anything that you can do that would involve writing is good too.
Okay, so what has been your best experience here at NCU, especially at DCS?
Well, it's really hard to point out a single experience.
Right.
You know, it's really difficult, but I can't really give you an answer right now, because personally, every experience that I've had at the department has been a positive one. So it's hard for me to really pick out a number one pick. So
Right.
I would say all of them are my top.
Okay. Describe the department. Like, what do you think that the department does for the development of our students? What do you think? Do you think that they're doing, you know, enough for the well-roundedness of our students, or they can do more?
All right, so in my honest opinion, I would say they are doing enough, but the thing is, there's never a negative impact, or there's never a negative consequence to doing something different or to improve. There's always room for improvement, even though you're doing well at the moment. So I
Right.
won't say that they should just settle, but I would say that they're doing enough. And the thing with DCS is that DCS is a family, and I
Yes,
think
they
that's
are.
what distinguishes this department from most other departments. You find that their teachers are so invested in your growth as a student, as a person. So you find that, you know, they would willing to go above and beyond to help you get where you're going.
I totally agree with that, Terrain. And this, everyone, is Terrain White, the male burgundy jacket holder for today's affirmation ceremony. We will now I would like to thank you for being here with us and sharing your take on your experiences, and have a wonderful day, Terry.
All right, thank you very much. It's my pleasure.
Now we will have to the stage Evans, a musical item by Evans.
You better mind, 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 you better mind. Well, you better mind, you better mind. Judgment day is coming. You better mind. You better mind. You better mind. Oh, judgment day is coming. You better mind. You better mind. You better mind. Judgment day is coming. You better mind. You better mind. You better mind. Oh, judgment day is coming. You better mind. You better mind how you walk. You better mind where you're walking to. Judgment day is coming. You better mind. You better mind how you talk. You better mind what you're talking about. Judgment day is coming. You better mind. You better mind. You better mind. Judgment day is coming. You better mind. You better mind. You better mind. Oh, judgment day is coming. You better mind. You better mind how you teach. You better mind what you teach about. Judgment day is coming. You better mind. You better mind how you preach. You better know what you preach about. Judgment day is coming. You better mind. You better mind. You better mind. Judgment day is coming. You better mind. You better mind. You better mind. Judgment day is coming. You better mind. You better mind. You better mind. Judgment day is coming. You better mind. You better mind. You better mind. Judgment day is coming. You better mind. 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 You better mind.
And that, listeners, was a beautiful item by Evans. Now, I would like to big up all the awardees for today's affirmation ceremony. Guys, you have done so much for this department and representing DCS very much. Also, it has come to the end of this affirmation ceremony. Post-show of the DCS affirmation ceremony held by the Spring 2021 Outside Broadcasting class we would like to say thank you to those who turned out and listened us to on NCU 91 FM, as well as those on our social media platforms and our crew members, Shantoya Ferguson, Rasheen Nangle, Patrice Smith, Trisonia Drummond, and Shay Cardis. A special thanks to our lecturer, Miss Patricia Grant, and our sponsor, Colley's Pharmacy, for sponsoring this outside broadcast. I am your host, Alea McDonald. Now, in the comment section, in the comment section, I would love if you could comment what was your take on today's affirmation ceremony. And this is the end. Have a good day, have a good evening, and stay safe.